Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English Hub podcast. We are so happy to have you here with us today for another cozy learning session. I am Sarah, and I am very excited to be here. It is a beautiful day today, and I hope you are feeling good too.
Hello to all our wonderful listeners out there. My name is Tom, and like Sarah said, it is great to be back on Learn English Hub. We hope you are sitting comfortably with a nice cup of tea or coffee. We want this to be a relaxing time for you to practice listening to English.
That is exactly right, Tom. Learning English should be fun and it should be relaxing, not stressful. Today, we have a very exciting topic to talk about. It is one of my absolute favorite things in the world.
Oh, I think I know what it is, Sarah. We talked about this before the show started, didn't we? It is a topic that makes everyone feel happy and excited for the future.
Yes, we did talk about it. Today, Tom and I are going to talk about traveling. We are going to talk about going to new places and seeing new things.
Traveling is such a wonderful topic. I think almost everyone enjoys the idea of going on a trip. It gives us a break from our normal daily lives and our work.
It really does give us a nice break. When I think about traveling, I feel very happy inside. I start dreaming about sunny days and different foods. What about you, Tom? How do you feel when you think about traveling?
That is a good question, Sarah. When I think about traveling, I feel a little bit excited, but also a little bit nervous sometimes. I feel excited because I want to see new things. But sometimes planning a big trip can be a little bit difficult.
I understand that feeling completely. It is true that planning can be hard work sometimes. You have to think about many things, like tickets and hotels. But I think the exciting feeling is bigger than the nervous feeling for me.
Yes, I agree with you. The exciting feeling is definitely bigger and more important. Once you start the journey, the nervousness usually goes away. Then you can just enjoy the experience of being somewhere new.
Exactly. So let's talk about the first part of traveling. Let's talk about destinations. A destination is the place where you want to go. Tom, what kind of destinations do you like?
That is a difficult choice because I like many different places. But I think my favorite type of destination is somewhere very quiet and peaceful. I really like going to the countryside or the mountains.
Oh, the mountains are beautiful. It is so nice to be in nature and breathe fresh air. Why do you prefer quiet places over busy places?
I think I prefer quiet places because my daily life in the city is very busy and sometimes noisy. So when I am on holiday, I want the opposite. I want to hear the birds singing and I want to see green trees. It helps me to relax my mind.
That makes a lot of sense, Tom. Relaxation is a very important part of a holiday. For me, I am a little bit different. My favorite destination is definitely the beach.
Ah, the beach is a classic choice. Many people love the beach. Tell us, Sarah, why is the beach your favorite place?
I love the beach because I absolutely love the sun and hot weather. I like to sit on the warm sand and read a good book. And when I get too hot, I can swim in the cool ocean water.
That sounds incredibly relaxing, Sarah. Just picturing it makes me feel calmer. Do you like beaches that are very busy with lots of people or quiet beaches?
That is a good question. I think I prefer beaches that are somewhere in the middle. I do not like it when there are too many people and it is loud. But I also like it when there are a few restaurants nearby so I can get some lunch.
Yes, having food nearby is always important. A nice seaside restaurant is a wonderful thing. What about city breaks, Sarah? Do you ever enjoy traveling to a big new city?
Yes, I do enjoy city breaks too. They are a different kind of trip. A beach trip is for relaxing, but a city trip is for exploring and doing activities.
I agree with that distinction. When you go to a new city, you usually walk a lot. You want to see the famous buildings and visit museums.
Yes, exactly. It can be very tiring, but also very interesting. I love looking at the different architecture in a new city. And of course, cities have amazing opportunities for shopping.
Oh, yes, the shopping is always a big draw for many people. And cities also offer a huge variety of food options, especially at night. You can try food from many different cultures in one big city.
Food is such a huge part of the travel experience for me. Trying new dishes is exciting. Sometimes the food is delicious, and sometimes it is just strange, but it is always an adventure.
It really is an adventure for your taste buds. Okay, Sarah, so we have talked about where to go. Now, let's talk about how to get there. Let's talk about transportation.
Yes, transportation is very important. It is how we move from our home to our destination. There are so many different ways to travel these days.
The most common way for long distances is, of course, the airplane. How do you feel about flying on planes, Sarah?
To be honest, Tom, I have mixed feelings about planes. I love that planes are very fast. You can get to a different country in just a few hours, which is amazing.
Yes, the speed of air travel is incredible. It makes the world feel smaller. But what is the part you do not like about it?
Well, I do not like airports very much. They are often very crowded and stressful places. And sometimes I feel a little bit scared during the flight if there is turbulence and the plane shakes.
I completely understand that. Many people feel nervous when the plane shakes. It is not a very nice feeling. I also find that airplane seats can be quite uncomfortable on long flights.
Yes, the seats are often too small and there is not enough space for your legs. I struggle to sleep on planes. What is your favorite way to travel, Tom? If not by plane.
My absolute favorite way to travel is by train. I love trains very much. I think it is the most civilized and relaxing way to move across a country.
Trains are lovely. I agree with you there. Why do you like them so much more than planes or cars?
I like trains because you have more space to move around. You can stand up and walk to the cafe car to buy a coffee. And the best part is sitting by a big window and watching the beautiful scenery go by outside.
That is very true. The views from a train window can be spectacular. You see parts of the country that you cannot see from a major road or from high up in the sky. It feels more connected to the land.
Exactly. It feels like a part of the holiday, not just a way to get there. Another way to travel is by car, of course. Road trips can be a lot of fun.
Oh, I love a good road trip with friends. It is a lot of freedom. When you drive your own car, you can stop whenever you want. That freedom is the best thing about cars. If you see a pretty town or a nice view, you can just pull over and look at it. You do not have to follow a strict schedule like a train or a plane.
Yes, that is true. It can be tiring for the driver, and you also have to worry about traffic jams. Sitting in traffic is not a fun part of a holiday.
No, traffic is terrible. Okay, so we have our destination and we know how we are getting there. Now we need to prepare. We need to pack our bags.
Ah, packing. Some people love it and some people hate it. Which kind of person are you, Sarah?
I am definitely someone who loves packing. I know that sounds strange to some people, but for me, packing is when the trip starts to feel real.
That is a nice way to look at it. It is the first step of the actual journey. How do you organize your packing? Do you make a list?
Yes, I always make a list a few days before. If I do not make a list, I will forget something important, like my toothbrush or my socks. I write down everything I need.
A list is a very good idea. It helps you to be organized. What are the most essential items that you always pack first?
The most important things are the documents. I always pack my passport first. Without a passport, you cannot go to another country. It is the most crucial item.
That is absolutely correct. Passport first, always. What comes next after the passport and travel tickets?
Next, I think about money. I need to have the right currency for the country I am visiting, or a credit card that works there. After that, I start thinking about clothes.
Choosing clothes can be tricky. You have to check the weather forecast for your destination before you go. You need to know if it will be hot or cold or rainy.
Yes, checking the weather is very important. If I am going to a beach destination, I pack swimsuits, shorts, t shirts, and sandals. I also pack sun cream to protect my skin from the sun.
And if you are going to a cold place, maybe the mountains in winter, you need very different clothes. You need warm jackets, sweaters, scarves, and gloves.
Exactly. It is all about being comfortable. If you are too cold or too hot, you will not enjoy your trip. Tom, do you prefer to travel with a suitcase or a backpack?
That depends on the type of trip. If I am going to a nice hotel in a city for a week, I prefer a suitcase with wheels. It is easy to pull around in an airport and on smooth pavements.
A suitcase with wheels is very convenient. You do not have to carry the heavy weight on your back. So, when do you use a backpack?
I use a backpack if I'm going to move around a lot, maybe changing towns every 2 days. Or if I am going hiking in the mountains, it is easier to carry a backpack on rough ground or stairs than a suitcase.
That makes sense. Backpacks are more practical for active trips. I usually stick to my suitcase because I tend to overpack and bring too many clothes.
I think many of us are guilty of overpacking, Sarah. It is hard to decide what to leave at home. We always think, maybe I will need this extra pair of shoes.
Yes, just in case is a dangerous phrase when packing. Okay, Tom, let's imagine we have arrived at our destination. We are finally on holiday. What do we do now?
Now, the fun really begins. There are so many activities to do on holiday. It depends on what kind of person you are and what you enjoy.
We already mentioned eating delicious food. I think that is activity number one for both of us. What is another activity you always do when you travel?
I always take a lot of photos. I am not a professional photographer, but I love capturing memories. I take photos of beautiful views, interesting buildings, and the people I am with.
Taking photos is wonderful. It is so nice to look at them years later and remember the happy times. Do you share your photos on social media when you are traveling?
Sometimes I share a few photos, yes, but I try not to spend too much time on my phone when I am on holiday. I want to be present in the moment and enjoy what is right in front of my eyes.
That is very wise, Tom. It is easy to spend too much time looking at a screen instead of looking at the world. We need to find a good balance.
I agree. Another thing I like to do is just walk without a plan. I like to get a little bit lost in a new town or city. You often find the most interesting little shops or cafes when you are not looking for them.
That sounds like a lovely adventure. Getting a little bit lost can be fun as long as you feel safe. I also enjoy visiting local markets.
Oh, local markets are fantastic places. They are usually full of life and color and noise. It is a great way to see how local people live and what they eat.
Yes, and it is a great place to buy souvenirs. A souvenir is a small thing you buy to remember your trip. Do you like buying souvenirs, Tom?
I do like souvenirs, but only small ones. I do not want big things that clutter up my house. I usually buy something small like a fridge magnet or maybe a local food item like a special spice or jam.
Those are great souvenirs. They are small and practical. I like to send postcards to my family and friends back home. It feels more personal than a text message.
Sending postcards is a lovely tradition. It shows people you are thinking of them even when you are far away. It is nice to receive a physical card in the mailbox.
It really is. You know, Tom, talking about all of this is making me very want to book a trip right now. I need a holiday.
I feel exactly the same way, Sarah. Let's take a moment to recap some of the useful words and ideas we talked about today for our listeners.
That is a great idea. We want to make sure everyone understands the main points. We started by talking about destinations. A destination is simply the place where you are going for your trip.
Yes, and we discussed different types of destinations like the beach, the mountains, and the city. All of them have different good points.
Then we talked about transportation, which means how you travel. We talked about planes, trains, and cars. We agreed that trains are very relaxing because of the view.
We also discussed packing your bags. The most important item is your passport. You also need to check the weather so you pack the right clothes.
And finally, we talked about activities. We love eating local food, taking photos for memories, and buying small souvenirs at markets.
We covered a lot of ground today. We hope this vocabulary helps you when you are planning your next adventure. Remember, talking about travel is a great way to practice English.
It is indeed. Everyone loves sharing travel stories. Now, before we finish, we have a small favor to ask our wonderful listeners.
Yes, if you enjoyed this podcast and found it helpful for your English learning, please support the Learn English Hub. The best way to support us is to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
When you subscribe, you will see our new videos and podcasts as soon as they come out. It really helps our channel grow so we can make more lessons for you.
Please also hit the like button on this video if you had a good time listening today. It tells YouTube that this is good content for English learners.
And we would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments section below. We want to know about your travel dreams.
Yes, please answer this question in the comments. What is your dream destination? Where do you really want to go in the future?
It could be a beach in Thailand, a city like London, or the mountains in Switzerland. Write it down in the comments. We read every single comment and we love hearing from you.
Don't worry if your English is not perfect in the comments. Just try your best. The most important thing is to communicate your ideas.
Exactly. Making mistakes is part of learning. We are here to support you. Remember that learning a language is also like a long journey.
That is a beautiful comparison, Sarah. You cannot reach your destination in one day. You have to take small steps every single day.
Yes, try to listen to a little bit of English every day, read a short article, or write a few sentences in a diary. Little by little, you will improve.
You are doing great. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. Keep practicing, stay curious, and keep dreaming about your next trip. We will see you next time on the Learn English Hub. Bye bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful week and happy learning.